What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Terrell. Thank you for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you get to know when we have our tea talks. Should you be interested in our webinar, our Dream Entrepreneurship Program, you can find all of that information over in our warrior community. The same for our behind the scenes access and our book club meetings that we meet every Thursday. All of that is in the membership club. So by all means, we welcome you with open arms. Outside of that, we're going to go ahead and get into today's tea talk. So be sure to get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on, honey. Get it and bring it close. Shouts out to all of my new subscribers. Thank you all. Welcome all. We all give you air hugs and crowns coming in. So excited to have you. Hopefully here you'll be able to get a lot of tidbits, a lot of pick-me-ups, a lot of reality checks if need be, and so on and so forth. So don't feel as if like your comments are not welcome. They most definitely are. Just remember that this is a positive community. So we will block your ass ASAP. Outside of that, let's get into the tea talk. So this tea talk I want to have is interesting because shouts out to the warrior community on Facebook. You can find me there as well. You can find me through the media network, or you can find me through Esteemed Queen Mentality. But nonetheless, the warrior community located on the Facebook community page is definitely the spot that I pick all of these questions out of. And then I do a poll, I ask questions, I'll follow up with, counter questions, etc. Just to kind of get a little insight or a different perspective on different topics. Now, the one that I have today comes to me in form of a question that comes from a poll that I had posted. And that is, when we go through obstacles, do we blame more of the people that are included in that season, or do we blame it on the season we're going through to help us understand what we need to? And it was a 50-50, like literally. You had some people that felt like, well, no, the people in that season are just as much as accountable as the season and happening. And then you have some people that said vice versa. So I want to bring a tea talk to you explaining this, discussing this, because I feel like a lot of times we fall short only due to our closed perspective, our closed mind. And that's not to say that no one can come out and about and say, hey, I can mature from this and be able to look at it from this way. But I'm just thinking more or less, if you could actually take the words of living on my own terms in 2021 seriously, that means you have to start looking at things differently. That doesn't mean that you should sacrifice or feel like your choice and decision is in vain. But if you have reactions and consequences come back to you, at some point we got to talk about what's really accountable. Now, it's easy to sit here and say, well, this person broke my heart, which was the conversation. And so I lost this and I lost that, and I didn't have the same relationships as what I had before. And I had to start from ground zero, and it's just hard. It's just stressful. And, that's how she said she felt. That's how she said she felt. Okay, I'm not leaving nothing out. This is, and this is how it is. When we come to this point where there's a climax, a turning point in our life, individually, our lives, okay? When there's a turning point to when we're learning to become somebody different, older, better, more strategic, we get to this point in this place where we nitpick, we nag, we bitch, we moan, we complain. We have resentment towards people, all because we want to pin the hurt on somebody. But at some point, when is the lesson going to penetrate you? Where it's not the person's fault what you've been through. Yes, they're part of the season, they're part of the lesson, but it was on the lesson that helped you grow, to help you move, to help you elevate. It's not on that person. It's on the lesson. See, when the universe decides that it's time for you to elevate, they're going to bring people into the circumference of wherever it is you are in your life. And they're going to make you think hard. They're going to make you have shorter naps, shorter bedtimes. And the thrill of it all is just the setup. That's the person. The person is the setup. But what's going to propel you forward is the lesson. See, sometimes if we just given something, read this. People saying, I don't want to do that. That's too much work. The fuck, like, child, if I add in the 6 hours I sleep, I got maybe 18 hours a day. So depending on if I split it up between 7 bitches and 7 different objectives a day, I ain't got time to be reading shit. But on this paper could have easily been the numbers to a bank that's up the street and around the corner, or someone that you knew at one point in your life you decided to help before you turned all the way around somewhere in a different direction. They could have left you an inheritance. You know, they could have been something for you to help you move forward. But you like, nah, I want to hang with my partners. I want to hang with my homegirls. I want to do ratchet things with my ratchet friends. And yet, you miss the whole lesson behind this person being in your life. Just because you made a new friend don't mean that you out the neck of the woods of lessons, ma. It doesn't. If anything, you need to be paying very close attention to this person. And what about this person is parallel to you to make you so attracted to have a friendship or a relationship with them? Because the more odds you find, the less time they have in your life. And if they have less time, 9 times out of 10, if you're not paying attention, the lesson's going to be harder for you to deal with. The impact is going to be harder for you to come back from. And that's when we realize that these setbacks are setups. Okay, that person is a setup. You not deciding to absorb the lesson is the setback. But let me tell you how much the universe and God has grace and mercy. It's because even when we mess up and we go back 2-3 times, He still gives us, the universe still gives us that acceleration that's needed to make up for all of what we lost when we decided to stay ignorant versus become educated in the fact of nothing in life happens for no reason. So like I told her, Queen, listen to what I just said to you. Listen to how I addressed you. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, there's queens in different countries and continents and shit that don't go through what everyday people go through. Because I'm pretty sure overseas, all that other type of, you know, stuff. I don't follow all that stuff over there because, you know, majority of my money I make is in the United States. But nonetheless, I'm pretty sure Harry and all them and Kate and all them, you know, they deal with scandals, they deal with strife, they deal with lessons, they deal with BS, they deal with star 69 phone calls and their numerical format for a phone number. They go through all of that. But I'm saying it out of a place of respect. You have 2 feet. You walk around just like I do, and I deserve to be treated how I treat other people. So therefore, if I deserve respect, you can give a mustard seed and the realest person in the room is going to take it. They're going to accept it, and they're going to ration some back out to me. A mustard seed is very small, but it don't take a lot for someone to see what the hell is going on. So when I said Queen, again, she looked at me and I said, let me tell you something. When you respect you, that's when things will change. Outside of that, you allowing someone else, a person, to take on the ability to have you learn a lesson, I don't think that's accurate. Because even if he was to go away, the universe can bring you someone else to have you learn that lesson, to follow up and give you a pop quiz. And at the end of the day, you're still the common denominator. So, you have to change up who and what's accountable. Because that naive mindset, that's not going to help you. That's not going to bring it any closer to a conclusion for you to feel as if like you're ready for the next chapter. Because the next chapter always brings more responsibility. So if you're not able to accept the responsibility and the lesson that you had to learn, and this person was to set up for you to propel forward to your next chapter, you're going to stay in that same cycle. It ain't not going to be but a double space paragraph in between what you went through and what you about to go through again, because you don't fucking listen. You don't pay attention. You don't want to go outside your comfort zone, because no one likes being cold when they're used to being warm. But if that's the case, why is there so many seasons? Why? Regardless if we are going into fall or we're going into the summer, bitch, we always have a warning sign. We always have a forecast, a projection, a hypothesis as to what's going to happen. So you're not telling me anything that sounds like someone's deciding to not make excuses. You're just giving me an explanation. And when it's time for you to become accountable, your explanation is not going to sound like an excuse. So, are you going to blame him for the fact that you can't move forward? Or are you going to allow the lesson to show you that it's time for you to move on? It's up to you. It's up to you. But we need to stop blaming the people in the season. And we need to appreciate the season for the lesson. So, y'all tell me down below. Y'all tell me down below. Y'all tell me down below. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below, so that way you get to know when we have all of our tea talks. I want to do a live Q&A. I want to do a live on Facebook, and I proclaim, I don't care, I will affirm that even if it's just 30 of y'all in the building, I will greatly appreciate it. So let me know down below what will be a good date for that. Right now, you know, I always say 3 weeks makes it really does make form of habit. So I feel like so far it seems as if like I'm posting on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So I think that's what we gonna stick with, y'all. It gives y'all enough time to marinate on the information and apply it, because everything that I say you can immediately use. Is all wisdom, it's all logic, it's all maturity, it's all positivity. So because you know, you just want to be the best you. You know, we who knows how much time we have, y'all. So I don't want to waste it, and neither should you. So I seem to be posting on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So that's the thing right now. I will really love to post twice a day on those days, just to give you something in the morning and give you something to close out your day. Y'all let me know, because every year I like to do housekeeping business wise, and so anything that's not becoming fruitful I put to the side. I kind of switch things up, and I pay more attention to what's really making me feel like I'm coming to a room of play, not a house of work. So y'all let me know. Outside of that, I have a project that's coming up in the warrior community. I'm not going to jinx it just yet. I'm going to finish some things out and see what I'm able to do. But outside of that, It's the middle of February and I'm not coming off of 2021's neck at all. So if you with me, just be sure that y'all subscribe and hit that notification bell twice, so that way you get to know when we have all of our tea talks. Join us in the warrior community that is located and available on Patreon. Outside of that, all of my business links are down below, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
See if I can turn it this way. Yeah.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything, others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle to 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass of nigga, please, who get a sip of this? Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I may slopping 20s, lots of tails and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pip, now I'm past Wayne Drake, I'm going in.